welcome back to your favorite Novi podcast, Now You Novi. We have got a friend, I guess even more than a friend, like you're family in Novi now.
Aww.
You've been here. You're Novi family, Novi royalty actually. We have, is your title executive director, president, CEO, all of the above of the Novi Chamber?
Katie from the Chamber.
Yeah, Katie Chuba from the Novi Chamber. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be back, Cheryl.
You are like one of the only people that when I say, "Hey, do you want to do a pod?" You're like, "Yeah!" Like, or when I see you, you're like, "When are we going to do it again? When are we going to get on the podcast again?" You love it.
Well, yes, but I love it just because I think it's just a great platform to inform our community of kind of everything that's going on in the community, and along with what's going on at the Chamber of Commerce. So.
Yep.
Thank you for allowing me to share.
Are you coming up on 3 years this December?
2.5. Yeah, 3. It'll be 3 years in December that I've been at the Chamber. Yeah, it's gone by fast.
They say time flies when you're having so much fun.
Yeah, fun till I retire.
But you know what? In all seriousness and kidding aside, the Chamber is flourishing, and that is in large part to the leadership that you have brought, and creativity, innovation, new programs, new ideas. So hats off to you. We're here today to talk about one of those new initiatives. And if you're watching, it's like all over. I never wear a t-shirt like, yes, Community Impact Day. And I think you and I chatted about this a good 6 or 8 months ago. We meet for coffee routinely, regularly, and Katie's like, "I've got this great idea. I saw this." And then she goes, "What do you think?" And of course I'm like, yes, like I love it, right? So tell us what Community Impact Day is.
Well, thank you for the kudos. I appreciate your support as well as your partnership and friendship. So Community Impact Day, I can't really take the kudos. It was it's a program that's been going on within the state of Michigan for a few years now. It started on the west side of the state through another chamber of commerce called the West Coast Chamber, and it just kind of has exploded. A bunch of other chambers have gotten on board with the initiative because of the greatness it's creating within their communities and the economic impact. So I think last year there was, I'm not 100%, but 6 or 7 chambers of commerce on board. This year there's 20.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. So it's one day of impact throughout the state. So everybody in these communities across the state is doing the same thing, which is volunteering at various projects to make their communities a better place.
So what an awesome initiative, right? Like, so in case you're wondering, it's when this airs, it's May 13th. So it's this Wednesday. We're actually filming this ahead of it. But we will be sure to share on all of our socials of photos, testimonials from the day. It really started with a call to action from the chamber to the business community, right? Or any community partner that had a project that maybe they needed help with or wanted to see done in the community, and you solicited those projects, right?
Yeah, essentially, it helps with the Leadership Novi inaugural class. They just graduated a week and a half ago. This is kind of like their project. We're the convener of it, so to speak. But yeah, we reached out to all of our nonprofit partners, and some small businesses really need help or they don't have the staff. So what could you do with putting 10 volunteers to work at your organization for 3 hours? You might be able to make a good impact. Mm-hmm. So that's the theory.
So you solicited the projects, and you had hoped for how many projects?
We had hoped for 10. Our first year.
How many do you have?
We have 26.
So let's say that again. She had hoped, and the chamber had hoped, to have 10 projects in the Novi community for volunteers to work on. and they have 26. So that is super exciting. So 26 different programs, projects, initiatives that will be touched in some way, implemented, completed, if you will, by volunteers throughout our home community, right?
Correct. And we are unleashing just over 180. I think it's like 181 or 182 volunteers that day. We're expecting at the community celebration in the Lakeshore Park Pavilion afterwards, we are inviting all of our project sites, the managers of the organizations to join us along with all of our volunteers, along with the leadership Novi, along with the police department, who is kindly going to be grilling up some hot dogs.
That's awesome.
So we're well over 200, maybe close to 250
That's
at the park.
awesome.
Yeah, so great way to bring our community closer together.
Super exciting. Yeah. What kind of projects are we looking at?
There's parks projects. So we have Parks and Rec and the city, some of the parks, ITC Park, Fierce Park. We have helping some of our nonprofit partners at a food pantry. We've got Living and Learning Enrichment Center. The city is actually hosting a resume, cover letter, LinkedIn profile opportunity for those that are either maybe they're students or job seekers, and you can come in and we have 10 professionals lined up to just help you for 20 minutes give you tips on your resume, things like that. That's here at the city. A wonderful community mural is being painted at 12 Mile Crossing.
It is super exciting.
That's a fun one. So that's just kind of a handful, but there's lots going on.
A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
This probably couldn't be done without some sponsors. You want me to turn around?
Wow, that would be amazing.
So you can read them?
So yes, we have our corporate sponsors, Vibe Credit Union and DTE. This day would not be possible without our businesses investing in our community. We have some project site sponsors. We've got our community celebration sponsors, Diversified Members Credit Union, Fox Run, the 20 MSP, Life and Legacy, Sheridan, Escape Room, Pathworks, Ripsaw Media. Well, it's in partnership with the city, but if it wasn't for the city, we wouldn't be able to make a lot of these projects happen. So I'm super grateful for our camaraderie and our shared vision for making our community better. It doesn't even feel like a job when you're doing stuff like that, right? So it's just a really good feeling.
I'm super excited for it. Hoping the weather's great for y'all. It won't be too hot. It's going to be a great day regardless. I can't wait to see the photos, the videos that are going to come out of this. And I think this day is going to set the momentum and foundation for 27, 28 that people are going to want to come out and get involved. Is it always the second Wednesday of May?
It is. It's always the second Wednesday of May, but it's statewide, so we're kind of all on board. The really cool thing is we'll be able to develop a report after on, the savings, if you will, or economic impact. And the projections at a statewide level in 4 years is $4.5 million of economic impact for our state. So it's really cool how these little trickles can be meaningful in a statewide initiative.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I also love that Novi, our little piece of Michigan, is partnering with other communities from around the state in an impactful way. So I think a lot of times communities, I don't want to say isolate themselves, but operate in a bubble, if you would. So this being able to partner on something bigger and broader that impacts our state as a whole is a very cool project.
Thanks. Yeah,
so very cool.
Agreed.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So Community Impact Day, watch for more information on that. Visit the Chamber's website, follow them on social if you're interested, you want to see some of the projects and what actually the outcome was and some of your neighbors volunteering and the like. I'm sure you'll be posting and we'll be posting, so watch for more information there. Probably want to talk about something else, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Community Impact Day just, kind of kicks off summer for us, and it's on the heels of Novi Community Fest,
Yes.
which is right around the corner, and
Yep.
we are ramping up for that in conjunction with, of course, it's held at the community center's campus, I want to call it.
Yep.
And the Novi Public Library is partnered with City, and we just all come together, all our partners, to put on the Community Fest, which is June 4th. Mark your calendar, from 4 to 8 p.m. And we've got so many activities for family and shows and bounce houses and face painting and just all the things to bring your food. We have some yummy different food coming
can't
this
wait.
year. So yeah, it's exciting.
Again, Thursday, June 4th, great opportunity to come out. This tradition goes back decades. In Novi, used to have a spring into Novi. Then it moved into fall for Novi. We moved it to the fall. And then it came back to the spring with a spring palooza. COVID saw it transfer into a superheroes. And it has always been a wildly popular event. It is historically been the city's open house, right? So it's the one night that you can meet all city directors in one spot. If you've got a permitting issue, you want to talk about your assessment, you want to talk to someone about finance, police department, fire department. And then a couple years ago, we started talking. We really should be a community-wide open house. And last year was our first year. We didn't know what to expect. And we had 6,000 people here on this campus. Our biggest problem was the traffic.
Yeah, parking.
Yeah, it was parking.
Always. At every festival.
Yes, at every festival. You're right. But the weather was perfect.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But it really was, the traditional Novi open house just on steroids. It expanded to add components that brought so much meaning to the event, right? The culture on the stage where we could celebrate and learn about our neighbors and their likes and their hobbies and such. All the businesses, the business avenue or whatever we called it, I don't remember if it was Business Avenue, but you had 30, 40, 50 businesses, pop-up tents that were interacting with the community. And a lot of these are our neighbors, right? They're small businesses that are marketing themselves to our community that might not have that touch point otherwise, or a huge advertising budget. It was super special. And I felt an amazing vibe that night. Like the energy was just so fun, right?
Yeah, I agree. Everything that you said, the vibe is so happy and positive. And I know, talking to some of our business members, they were busy the whole time.
Yep.
They were passing out all kinds of things too, like little marketing, tchotchkes and promotional items and coupons. And so we give our community families a bag. It's a collector's item.
I like that.
And so we gave them a bag so they could fill it with all the giveaways. So yeah, it's a win-win. Our business members really, it's a great marketing platform for them, and we are all about supporting small business and shopping local. Keep your dollars local, and because healthy business is healthy community, healthy communities, healthy business. So whatever we can do to support that is always, game on.
So are we still taking entries for the business booths?
We do. We have a handful of booths left. We actually expanded our footprint because we sold out last year for the business expo, because there's only so much space where we can put 10 by 10 tents along the way. So we did expand that a little bit. So yeah, if businesses are interested, they need to reach out to the chamber, because we're getting down to the nitty gritty. It's only a few weeks away, really. So
So
it's good.
super exciting.
Yeah.
Thursday, June 4th, mark your calendar. It's a super great night, especially because it's Friday the 5th is the last day of school. So
Bring the kids.
you bring your kids. Don't be afraid to let them stay up a little bit later because there is something for everyone. Seriously, from the robotics teams from the high school that are, doing
the
demonstrations, fire trucks, our dump trucks and snow plows, the police station, SWAT teams, food, bounce houses, face painting. I mean,
DJ dance party.
yeah. Oh, I'm excited for that.
That's new.
I am super excited for that. So there is seriously something for everyone. I promise you'll learn something, but go away like with a full heart and just tons of smiles on your face because it just is a really, really enjoyable night. And Katie and I will be there. So what better way to come down and introduce yourself and say, hey,
Please.
I hear you. I heard you on the podcast.
We'll be the ones wearing the royal blue Novi Community Fest t-shirts.
Oh, thanks for your partnership on that because it really has elevated the event and, again, turned it into something beyond imagination. So super fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Always.
good stuff. Anything you want to bring us home with?
Novi Community Fest, June 4th. And watch out next year and get involved on Community Impact Day in Novi because it's the best place to be.
I think so too. And I'm really, really happy with our enhanced partnership and the way things are going. Nothing but good stuff in store for businesses in Novi and residents because we all win. When the business community flourishes and excels, the residents win. It brings more people here. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
Good stuff. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Again, Community Impact Day will be Wednesday, May 13th. Watch our socials, Chamber's Facebook, City's Facebook, etc., for more information and to follow along on that. Are you going to do any lives that day?
I don't know. Maybe. We have a film crew kind of hanging with us, so we might just save some goodies for later. But we'll definitely post, and it'll be, I think, some of the projects are so cool. So
Yeah, I can't wait.
It'll be exciting.
And then Thursday, June 4th, as Katie mentioned, from 4 to 8 here on the Novi Civic Center campus is Community Fest. So come on out. If you can't make it from 4 to 8, just come for a little bit of time, and just spend just a little bit of time learning about the city, meeting Katie, myself, and some of the businesses. You will not be disappointed, I promise. There you have it. That wraps up this edition of Now You Novi. Take care.